Hello, I'm Mark Ellis, Barnstable Town Manager, and this is my Town Manager communication for the period of November 6th through November 19th. We continue with the preparation of the capital and operating budgets for FY 2026, and the FY 2026 budget development is on schedule and following the budget action calendar. So for details, if you want to see how we're progressing, you can take a look at the budget calendar. It's posted, it's been provided to town council certainly, and it's posted under town manager communications if you'd like to take a look. The Finance Department presented the FY 2025 tax levy shifting options in a pre-recorded presentation available for viewing on the town's webpage and at the November 7th, 2024 Town Council meeting. The objective of the presentation is to illustrate the impacts on tax bills when deciding on a minimum residential factor, commonly referred to as splitting the tax rate, and the adoption of a residential exemption. Property values have been approved by the DOR, allowing the town council to vote on these two options. We plan to include the two options for vote on the December 5th agenda of the town council for action. A public hearing on changes to various Town of Barnstable permit and program fees for the Community Services Department golf and the Hyannis Youth and Community Center programs, the Marine and Environmental Affairs Department's Marina, Sandy Neck Beach, and recreational shell fishing programs, and the Planning and Development's parking management programs that will take effect on January 1st of 2025 was held on November 12th, 2024 at 11 a.m. The hearing can be viewed on video on demand on our website, and those wishing to provide public comment may do so through December 11th, 2024. All comments will be taken under advisement, and calendar year rates will either be approved as proposed, approved for an amount less than the proposed rate, or not approved and remain at the current rates. The town of Barnstable issued a notice of funding availability for opioid abatement funds. The timing of the notice was designed so the interested organizations could apply for a matching grant from the Rise Massachusetts Foundation. Now, Rise Massachusetts is an independent nonprofit foundation working to end the opioid epidemic in Massachusetts and reduce its devastating impact on people, community, and the economy. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts has selected RISE to create and manage the Mosaic Opioid Recovery Partnership. Mosaic is funded by the state's Opioid Recovery and Remediation Fund, which is the fund created from settlements. 5 applications were received and reviewed by a 5-person committee. A budget of $200,000 was targeted for this first round of applications. 4 out of the 5 applications were recommended for funding at $50,000 each. Each organization awarded a grant from the town indicated that they will apply for a matching grant from RISE. The 4 awards were provided to AIDS Support Group of Cape Cod to support their overdose awareness, prevention, and Narcan response outreach program aimed at harm reduction services. Behavioral Health Innovators, Inc. to support their positive alternatives for student support and alternative peer group programs aimed at education and prevention services. Hopeful Outreach of Cape Cod to support their Empowering Recovery program aimed at recovery services. And Parents Supporting Parents, Inc. to support their Sober Living Scholarship program and support aimed at prevention, treatment, and recovery services. All the programs and services proposed by award recipients demonstrated compliance with the required use of the opioid abatement funds, which are to be used for substance use prevention, harm reduction, treatment, and recovery supports. On June 25th, 2024, pursuant to the town council's vote in executive session, the town executed a side agreement with Park City Wind, as well as an escrow agreement, under which the escrow agreement would hold the two easements, the one under the roads and the one under Craigville Beach, the easements from the town until Park City Wind satisfied certain conditions. The escrow agreements contained the following escrow release conditions. Park City Wind has provided the escrow agent with notice that the side agreement has been ratified and approved by the Board of Managers of Avangrid Renewable. Park City Wind has provided the escrow agent with notice, together with supporting evidence, that the guarantee of Avangrid Renewables described in paragraph 7 of the side agreement has been executed and delivered to the town. And the third, Park City Wind has provided the escrow agent with notice and with supporting evidence, with copies provided to the town, that Park City Wind has successfully received a bid award for the second project from the ongoing individual or multi-state procurement process. Such evidence may consist of a public announcement from one or more of the three state governments. On October 1st, the town received notice from Park City Wind selection in the individual and multi-state procurement. On November 8th, the town received notice that the side agreement has been ratified and approved by Avangrid Renewables Board of Managers, and that the corporate guarantee referenced in the side agreement has been executed, along with a copy of the signed guarantee. These notices and the signed guarantee have been posted on the town's website. These notices were also provided to the escrow agent by Park City Wind. Park City Wind provided the notices to show that the three escrow release conditions have been satisfied. With that, the escrow agent is now requiring to close the escrow and release the two easements to Park City Wind. In accordance with the process set forward in the escrow agreement on November 13, 2024, the town received the release notice from the escrow agent stating that the escrow agent has determined that the escrow release conditions in the escrow agreement have been satisfied. Under the escrow agreement, Park City Wind and the town are each required to respond to the escrow agent within 5 business days to confirm that they are in agreement with the escrow agent's determination, or to say they disagree. Park City Wind sent its response on November 14th, and the town sent its response on November 18th, both confirming their agreement that the escrow release conditions had been satisfied. The escrow agent is now authorized to release the easements to Park City Wind, who will then promptly record them at the Registry of Deeds. The Barnstable Youth Commission is hosting their 11th annual Community Substance Abuse Prevention Forum on Tuesday, December 3rd at the Barnstable Adult Community Center from 5:30 to 7:30. This year's speaker, Kevin Rosario, will be teaching parents how to effectively communicate with their children. Barnstable Police Department will have their Hidden in Plain Sight mobile mock bedroom available and will discuss vaping and tobacco use. They will also discuss which drugs and alcohol are most prevalent and ways to identify their use and concealment. We hope you can attend. That concludes my town manager's update. At this time, I'm going to ask Chris Gadd, Communication assistant for the Department of Public Works to provide an update on water resource management planning, including the comprehensive wastewater management plan. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Chris Gadd, and I'm the Communications Assistant for the Town of Barnstable's Department of Public Works, here to give you your water resources management update. First, some administrative items. The watershed permit that was submitted back in September of 2023, combining Barnstable into one watershed. We last met with Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection on September 16th. After that meeting, we responded to some minor comments and questions that they had. They've since gotten back to us and said that we have addressed all of their comments and questions, and as such, we are proceeding with scheduling a meeting to review the draft permit. We are hoping to have that meeting either this week or next. For the Comprehensive Wastewater Management Plan Ad Hoc Committee, the committee actually just met for the second time just the other night. They are meeting monthly and may increase frequency as we approach the 5-year update deadline, which is the end of 2025. Now on to some of our active construction projects. Strawberry Hill Road Sewer Expansion Project is in the project closeout phase. The contractor's just working on some punch list items, but sewer connections are available and ongoing. Of the 151 eligible parcels, 59 have completed their sewer connection, and there are 29 active permits, meaning that in short order, those properties will be connected to sewer. Route 28 East is substantially complete. Again, the contractor is just working on some punch list items. We do still anticipate sewer connections to be available by the end of the year. We are working on some administrative items internally before we send out the notice to the property owners. As a reminder, that notice is going to be the project closeout letter sent by the DPW. Then they will get the estimated assessment from the treasurer. Then Health will send out the sewer hookup notification. That is the one where you have 6 months from that letter to connect, and then they get the final assessment from the treasurer tax collector. Part of that project was the Finney's Lane pump station. As with the rest of the project, it is substantially complete. The contractor is just working on a few site items. Our next big construction project that we are about to launch into is the Centerville Village Sewer Expansion Project, the north phase of that. The contract was awarded to CC Construction for just shy of $20.4 million. You may see some pre-construction activity occurring in December of this year. That's just utility mark out, some test hole drilling. The main sewer construction will begin in January of 2025. And we anticipate completion on that project in spring of 2027. The south phase of the Centerville Village Sewer Expansion Project, we are continuing to advance the design for it. We are anticipating an informational meeting being held sometime in the spring of next year. As we get more details about that meeting, we will, of course, share them through the appropriate channels. And we anticipate construction on that project to begin in fall of 2025. Some of our additional sewer expansion projects, I'm not going to go through all of them, just 2 real main updates. For Route 28 West, again, we anticipate a information meeting sometime in spring of 2025. And again, we'll notify through all the appropriate channels when that's going to be. And we're looking for construction to start in fall of 2025. And then the Finney's Lane Neighborhoods project, the final design was awarded to Weston Sampson. All of the rest of the projects we continue to work through and work on all of the elements of, and as we have updates, we will continue to share them. The 720 Main Street Pump Station Replacement Project, this is about 70% complete. It should be weather tight by December. We are going to be resuming in-road sewer work, especially along Dumont Drive in early December, just right after Thanksgiving. Construction is still anticipated to be completed in spring of 2025, and it remains on schedule and on budget. The Water Pollution Control Facility project, not too many updates on this. We are at about 60% design review. We continue to advance to 90%. We're anticipating construction to begin in fall of 2025. Straightway and Hyannis support, similar to the water pollution control facility, it is just in that design and permitting stage. Again, we are anticipating construction in fall of 2025. We're really just in the weeds of the paperwork, so to speak. And then water quality, the cyanobacteria monitoring program, the 2024 season ended on October 23rd. That's the last time we had, or that is when we received all clear from all of the bodies of water that we tested. We do anticipate it resuming in spring of 2025. It will likely follow a very similar procedure as it did this year, with the posting to Barnstable Water Resources for all updates. Water quality in Clamshell Cove, Old Shore Road, Cotuit. A public information meeting was held on September 30th. We do anticipate construction on that beginning in fall of 2025. If you can't tell, fall of 2025 is going to be very busy for us. Long Pond Marston Mills, this is the UMass Dartmouth SMAST project. It was stored in the southern area of Long Pond for the winter. As the weather warms up, they will again redeploy it. They'll be back in the spring and the fall of next year to take samples. And then a final report is due to us in 2026. And then the last thing I have for you is the Levels Pond Management Plan. This was a 2022 study of Levels Pond, which found it is negatively impacted by excess phosphorus loading. 58% of that is from internal sediments, 35% is from septic systems. It also found that addressing the phosphorus load is expected to attain acceptable water quality. Because of this, an alum treatment is recommended as it is the most cost-effective and most efficient. However, part of it is also the septic systems needing to be addressed. The area is set to receive sewer in phase 3 of the CWMP, and the DPW recommends sewers be addressed as currently planned to improve water quality in Levels Pond. And that concludes the Water Resources Management update for this week. Thank you.